Hey everyone, what's going on? It is Foul Play here, and we are back again today for some more modern action. So today we're going to be playing Green-White Bogles, and as sort of talked about on stream with BDC last week, I'm going to be testing out Savage Swipe. So Savage Swipe is target creature you control gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If its power is 2, then it fights target creature you don't control. So for 1 mana, as long as your creature starts off with 2 power, it gets +2/+2 and fights something you don't control. So it's like creature removal that is good against decks you don't want to be giving a lot of mana. I get the feeling like it's pretty well placed against all the Dragon's Rage Channeler decks running around, and also a lot of the Stoneblade decks running around. And like on top of removing the creature, you still get to get in for like an extra 2 damage as well, which is pretty nice. So along with that, we're going to be running 10 hexproof creatures today, our 8 1-drops, and then the 2 Silhana Ledgewalkers at 2 mana here. I'm still not super confident of reintroducing Core Spirit Dancer, so I figured I'd start with this. Also, Core Spirit Dancer is a little bit of dyssynergy with Savage Swipe, right? So to go along with our Savage Swipe, we've got a whole bunch of auras that give one power. So your ideal turn 1 is a creature, turn 2, 1 aura, Savage Swipe, boom, hidden. So we've got 4 ethereal armors, we've got 3 Griff Spoons for the flying, 4 Hyena Umbras, 3 Sentinel's Eyes, and then 3 Spider Umbras. I've also got a 1 Elf Spirit Mantle and the 4 Daybreak Coroner and the 4 Rancor here. So that's the main deck. My main idea is, like, I don't really think that the Dragon's Rage Channeler decks are running mutagenic growth, but just in case they are, we want a pretty high totem armor count so we don't get blown out by mutagenic growth, right? With the sideboard, we got Relic for some graveyard hate, Path for some Death Shadow hate, Seal of Cleansing for Artifact and Enchantment hate, along with 1 Force of Vigor, 4 Leyline of Sanctities, and Allurus as the companion. Yep, that's the deck, everyone. We're going to jump into a league and get it happening. Alright, so here we are for the first match of this modern league. We won the die roll versus Kiss 4. We'll go ahead and select to be on the play, and we'll keep the hand where maybe like a 1 Mariner or a light of where I'd like to be, or like a land heavier than where I'd like to be. But we do have, we do have our mana, we do have Daybreak Coroner and a 1-drop creature. It's like all looking pretty good to me. So go ahead, Shock in Temple Garden, play out our guy, pass the turn. We'll look to use the Windswept Heath later on for a Dryad Arbor if need be, depending on the matchup. Opponent kicks things off with Street Wraith. So this could be a Death Shadow deck, most presumably, in which case it might actually pay off going for Silhana Ledgewalker over the Slippery Bogle here. Oh, it's a Dragon's Rage Channeler deck. Dryad Arbor, no thank you. Alright, well now our fetch for Dryad Arbor plan is sort of a bit average. I shouldn't have made a land drop and I should have just attacked. We'll see if he trades off. He might think we're going for Core Spirit Dancer post-combat, in which case he might be inclined to actually offer the trade here. And getting rid of this creature when we don't really have any other sources of removal seems decent to me. And then we get out our spicy, essentially unblockable creature. I guess their flyers can block it, but the important thing is Death Shadow can't. Now I'm a little unsure as to whether or not I want to attack here. It's sort of playing into a Stubborn Denial if we do. Fetch Shock to 10 would give them a 3/3 Death Shadow. Is it wrong that I kind of want to wait a turn to play around Stubborn Denial? They might not even have Stubborn Denial. They might just be on Counterspell. I probably should have played the Dried Arbor instead of the Plains. I was like a little bit undecided as to whether or not go or Daybreak or do what I was doing. Okay, that's an aggressive shock. So they've probably got that dragon and a Death Shadow as well. They've only got 2 instants and sorceries in the graveyard for the dragon though. There's the Shadow. We're 1 damage off killing them, which is really, really awkward. Perfect. Just what the doctor ordered. Alright, you got that Stubborn Denial, you got that Counterspell opponent. Counterspell, of course. Well, we'll attack. And hopefully we hit 1 other aura so that we can actually kill our opponent. We've drawn incredibly bad here. We've hit 1 Hyena Umbra in 3 draws. Yeah. I guess we should be thankful for even hitting that. Now note that we're dead to Team of Battle Rage regardless. Yeah, no. We're drawing blanks, buddy. You would have been dead if I had an aura, you would have been dead, man. Attacks for 11. Oh, he just has the Team of Battle Rage. Well, that's like super unfortunate, isn't it? Yeah, well, what can you do? Let's be real, what can you do? I'm unsure like how many Savage Swipes I want to side out here. We know that Griff's Boon and Spirit Mantle are like some of our best cards in the matchup, just because of how good the evasiveness is. I do however think that for the most part, Path to Exile is a pretty straight efficiency swap for Savage Swipe. Savage Swipe could still be useful at dealing with some of these Dragon's Rage channelers though, or like a small Death Shadow, right? Because I'm on the play, I'm not going to sideboard out Leyline of Sanctity. I might ditch like a Spider Umbra for the second Savage Swipe to leave the second one in. Just so the numbers are a bit nicer rounded, right? Alright, so we see this hand without a creature for our 7. I have to mulligan that. This is a lot better. I'm going to keep. Bottom a Scout, and that means we can get into it. Alright, so presumably my opponent's going to have at least 1 piece of hand disruption. Hopefully we can hit lands so we can at least curve out, and then maybe we can just randomly draw into another Daybreak Coronet later on, or a Path to Exile, something that's good along those lines. Would be nice. Oh, he's going for the turn 1 drop, the Dragon's Rage Channeler again. Alright, well, we'll get our flying. Our flying's not our most important stat. Because he's gone for a blue-red land, he can't double Thoughtseize next turn, and because we drew a second Griff's Boon, Hyena Umbra and the Totem Armor is actually... Totem Armor with first strike is more important in that context. So get that one down. Opponent Thought Scours himself, presumably. Yes, he does. Hits double land, that's unfortunate for our opponent. Alright, and this is where they'll take the Daybreak Coronet. Or not. Maybe they're going for a Giant Dragon this time. Oh, he hits land Thoughtseize? Oh my god, those were like very unfortunate Thought Scours from our opponent then. Alright, well, I guess we're just playing out one mana aura at a time here. This is not the tempo we want to be losing against an opponent on Shadow, I'll tell you that much. Now my opponent just stinks of Counterspell. Explosives on 1. Maybe it's a godsend we didn't commit more to the battlefield. In another world, Savage Swipe. In another world. All right, well, if we could ever hit our second land drop, maybe we could rebuild after this horrible, horrible card called Engineered Explosives decimates us. But it looks like my opponent's happy to slow roll a little bit here. It also looks like he's setting up for a giant dragon, the Blue Delve Dragon. With only 3 instant and sorceries, it goes to 5 power. Wait, what? Question mark? Okay. Oh my god. He just decided he wanted to lose the match. Okay. And you can just jam out those shadows really preemptively, like... I know his life total was getting low, but I feel like he probably could have played that a bit differently. Alright, so this is the point where our Leyline of Sanctities come in. Lurrus, Force of Vigor, not so much. We're probably taking out our Spider Umbras as well. Sorry, our Savage Swipes. We can remove one Silhana Ledgewalker. I really don't know if there's going to be enough room for a Savage Swipe. Remove like one... Oh, we just saw Explosives. We'd probably bring back in Spider Umbra and remove some Vigilance. Maybe a mana source like a Temple Garden here. Alright, so we'll go into it with that. Alright, so our opponent keeping a 7. We see this 7 with no protection. We can potentially protect a Dried Arbor. I'm not really sure that's where we want to be or not. Like, cons of this hand, it doesn't have Daybreak Coronet, i.e. lifelink. It also doesn't have evasion via flying or Spirit Mantle. So I think we can mulligan, maybe look for something with those cards or with Leyline of Sanctity to protect it from my opponent's decimation. Alright, I guess we'll keep this. We'll ditch Hyena Umbra, and it's definitely a better looking hand than what we had just before. And Eclipse turn 1 Thoughtseize does not just beat us. Street Wraith into Misha's Bobble. Yep. Uh-oh. This looks like a Thoughtseize. I mean, it's not going to be quite as decimating as losing a creature, but losing Daybreak Coronet is still pretty bad for us here. We also saw Explosives last game, so we might want to hold on to like the second Totem Armor effect, right? Alright, so jam that guy down. And the land being the unknown card. So we'll hold on to that in hand. Maybe make him make my opponent force another discard spell. Although this looks like a turn 2 Death Shadow. That's kind of disgusting. Oh god. I don't know how we beat this. This is kind of really, really strong. Guess we kind of just have to assume our opponent doesn't have Engineered Explosives. If he does, he's blowing up 2 of his own creatures to get rid of double Totem Armor. Especially after drawing the Scout, though, we're just left with very little afterwards. So we'll pass. And, like, I don't really see there being much point in attacking. If my opponent bricks on land, we might be able to tempo out the Death Shadow for a turn or 2. Never mind. Opponent's just drawing extremely well this game. That mostly just lowers his own life total. It smells like he's got another Team of Battle Rage at this point. We might just be dead here to 14, 17 damage exactly. We can block with a Scout to prevent ourselves from dying, but I'm not sure that does anything. He's got perfect mana for death, for Team of Battle Rage. It would do something if we draw exactly Path to Exile, but then the channel is still an issue, but he might not. If we don't block, we can kill him with Ethereal Armor as well. Ethereal Armor Daybreak kills him, assuming no other creatures. Let's make him have the Team of Battle Rage. Okay, no Team of Battle Rage. Now he's just holding up Counterspell or an incredibly aggressive attack. Alright, well, we resolve our Bogle, which means we can attack for 3. Which will put our opponent to 3. We might be able to get him with like a Grifspurn. Again, just dodging that Team of Battle Rage. He would have had us for exactly lethal last turn. He could also have another blocker here. Okay, well, fucking GG. I mean, I feel like he had that last turn, and I don't know why he fired it. Very odd. Opponent giving us outs to win, but obviously we're not quite getting there with the outs. Even with Daybreak Coronet though, his hand was so aggressive, we probably still just lost. It's just one of those bad beat scenarios. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry we didn't quite get there this time. Do let me know what you think in the comments below, and have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time.